Hello! Thanks for dropping by this video. This is going to be a response to a question someone had on the topic of fake non-duality. So first and foremost, non-duality is all the rage in the spiritual world, and most of it is actually fake non-duality. That's a deep topic. I've made lots of other videos on it, so now I'm going to respond to this question. This person said, could you point me in the right direction to help my brain get back to myself? Anxiety is through the roof with this non-duality stuff. I'm stuck. So first and foremost, I feel ya. I was there. It is, and you describe it very well. It's like your brain or your mind is just stuck. Fake non-duality. And by the way, I want to say what you've been impacted by is not non-duality. It's fake non-duality or Neo-Advaita. So it's very important to learn to distinguish between traditional non-duality or genuine non-duality and this kind of modernized, fake, marketed non-duality. And the reason why I say that is that's part of what helped break me out of fake non-duality, was learning to realize the difference. So, let me read your comment. All right. So, you asked me to point you in the right direction and that your anxiety is through the roof. So, getting back to the topic of why it's so important to understand the difference between fake non-duality and actual non-duality. So fake non-duality basically makes you a dysfunctional person. And we're talking about people who take it seriously. Like there are a lot of people who go to fake non-duality, quote, satsangs, and they go once a week or once a month, or they'll watch a non-dual video, a fake non-duality video. They'll feel good, and then they basically forget about it. And so for those people, fake non-duality might actually help in the short term, but once you take it seriously, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when your brain gets caught, your brain, mind, even nervous system gets caught in these weird loops because it's a delusional belief system. So one remedy is to study traditional actual non-duality. That's part of how I broke myself out of it. And then I also then studied with an actual Advaita Vedanta guru, and that further helped me. So on my website, neo-advaita.org, I've got a list of some traditional non-duality teachers. So that's one way that you can really help yourself, is to learn actual non-duality, so you can start to learn to distinguish the nonsense from actual truth. And so I'd like to talk about why I would believe your anxiety is through the roof. So fake non-duality is all about spiritual bypass and dissociation and avoidance. And so because of that, so we as human beings, we all have problems. We all have challenging thoughts and feelings. And so fake non-duality basically just teaches you to dissociate from those things, from those painful and challenging thoughts and feelings, which is fine in the moment. And in the short term, that's a great solution. Sometimes that's a helpful solution, and sometimes that's the needed solution. Sometimes there's not time or space to deal with a particular thought or feeling, and so we dissociate or distract. And that's fine every now and then. But it's not a sustainable or an actual solution. It's an actual solution. You have to find, you have to sort of, you could say, resolve or face or deal with or learn to cope with these feelings. Find a way to resolve them, not just dissociate from them. But Neo-Advaita doesn't teach that, and it teaches the opposite. And so what I fell into, and many people in fake non-duality, and Neo-Advaita is another word for fake non-duality, is we get in this habit of dissociating from problems, but that doesn't fix the problem. And so then you have to do more and more dissociation, but then the problem gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and over time it actually makes you and the problem worse. So that's my hunch is what's going on, because I started this talk by saying that fake non-duality, neo-non-duality, actually makes you a dysfunctional person. And this is why. Because it's a form of escapism. That again, that escapism works in the short term and in the moment and every now and then. Sometimes it can even be a good thing. But it's not a long-term reliable solution. That's why an actual non-duality guru won't teach self-inquiry and won't teach deep non-dual philosophy to someone until they're ready. Because if you're not ready, then it just becomes a form of escape.